Hello, and this is a August reading for those who are under the zodiac Taurus. Okay, so let's see what August 2019 has in store for you, Taurus. As I'm shuffling these cards, I'm actually envisioning the Taurus zodiac sign in my head to bring this into the Witch Tarots. So let's see what we got. The Six of Swords. The Three of Wands. Temptress. What's going on with Taurus? Seven of Wands. The Emperor. Two of Wands. Okay, so Taurus. August is going to be quite an event for you. I'm seeing already from the cards. The Temptress, she's a very spiritual woman. You are gonna be able to acknowledge maybe new spirit guides that are coming to you. I do think that you've got a lot of fighting to do, almost like you have to acknowledge that your family is worth fighting for. Maybe you've just recently split from your partner where you have children, or maybe you are actually split from a marriage. Either way, it's almost like you're having to fight to get that back, but you want it back. Yeah, Taurus, I do also think that you're getting a lot of guidance from the spiritual side of things. And I do think feel very strongly that you're almost like gonna claim your authority in a way because of this. Sorry. Okay, for some psyches actually, quickly. Taurus, we got the Taurus. Taurus, the ball. Foundation and achievement. Shadow. Suffering in silence. Sacrifice. Recognition and reward. already these cards are actually backing up what I've just said, that you're having to fight, you're having to stand your ground, you're sacrificing something, maybe even you're feeling like you don't want to sacrifice anything, and this may be where the argument is coming from. And it's this is a lot of shadow work, in fact. You already know how to deal with the situation appropriately, but I don't think you actually want to confront it. It's almost like it's too much for you to deal with at the moment. But in August, you are going to be dealing with it in a bigger way, and it's actually going to be the main thing that is going to take up all your time, especially at the beginning of August. Material harvest. Love bears. Positive movement forward. Heartache and loss. Patience and planning. Okay, so the next lot of psyche cards are actually materialistically, and I do know that you Taurus are very of the material world anyway. I do believe that you, because of these arguments that you're having, because of all of this situation and how it's been rolling along for quite some time now, you've almost like, you know what materially you're worth, so you can actually put your mind to it, and you could actually get anything out of anybody at the moment because of this situation. It's almost like you're using it within your own power, using it for your own will. You have to decide if it's something that you want to make. If you would like to make this a permanent fixture of being separated from this person that you love. I mean, love brings, this card actually indicates that you do want to get back with them. Positive movement forward, but then it says heartache and loss, patience and planning. You see, there's a big decision coming your way, and you're gonna have to kind of do the maths and write down some lists and decide if you want to actually pursue your relationship or if you want to just let it go. And that is literally where you are in August, that big fork in the road where you have to really decide. It's one or the other, I'm afraid, Tauris, and you don't like to make these type of decisions. You'd rather just knuckle down with things and pretend it's not really going on. But I do believe that this month is the month that you have to get the bull by the horns, as they say. No pun intended. Golden Mermaid. Mermaid with a baby alligator. Green Mermaid triplets. This is literally just letting you know that you need to actually stop thinking that this is all about you at the moment. In August, you do have friends that will help you, but you also must remember there is a second party to this situation. There is the person that you are fighting with. This is also something that they are going through, and it's almost like you have forgotten to take their feelings into account, to take their experience of this this thing that's going on between you, I've just really got a feeling that it's almost like your marriage is breaking up if you're married, and if not, it was a long-term relationship, and it's now time for you to it's a big decision. This is not just something that you can just wake up and go, oh, well, I'm going to do this today. No, you need to make a real big decision in this, because once you've made that decision, that's it. There is no going back. Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch, count your blessings. I am Callie, death. From death comes rebirth. Storm Angel. Collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. I'm going to give you one more of these because I love these cards and they really do connect with me. Strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. So I think that you're looking at everything that was going wrong in this relationship, and you've actually stopped being able to look at the positives that were in your relationship. I also do believe that because you are at this fork in your road, you do get to decide either way of how you can actually proceed. And either way, at the moment, it's almost like you are completely on rock bottom, and you can't really do much before you start acknowledging where the root of the problem is. But you've also got to, once you've acknowledged that root of the problem, then you've just got to you've got to decide if that is something that you want to deal with, because if you don't want to deal with it, then there's no point in getting back with the person. But if you do want to deal with it, it's now time to let it go. Let go of certain things, whatever it is. Okay, so maybe one of you is religious and the other one isn't religious, and you are religious and you might have to just let it go. I do feel that it's almost like you're the one that's holding everything back at the moment, and in August you're going to be very enlightened to change things. You want to start living your life instead of being sat here on pause like you have been. So scrying, New Moon Fairy. I always go through the middle of the pack. Lady Luna's Magic. Synchronicity with Luna, time, and energy. And the Guardians, Fly High. So these are this is all soul work. This is all about the energies. Literally, these are just backing up the last three cards, that you need to work this out. You need to know where you're going. I do believe that this is all part of your awakening. This is part of your soul becoming more in tune with yourself. But I also believe that this is something that that makes you a very strong person in the long run. No, I'm gonna go with these. Actually, literally gonna open it up, and there we go. Oh, too much is hidden from you. Air, breathing deep, entering into life, exchange of life, bringing energies, rebirth in other words. Grows wisdom, colony, delicacy, gradually. Works that are created over great periods of time. This is exactly what all the other cards have been saying. So this is literally, I'm going to be keeping going on repeat. The more cards I pull, the more it's going to say the same thing. You are at the faultless of the road. You have hit darkness. You need to, you've hit your rock bottom. This is all about what you want. It is up to you. This is something that you can do, and only you can help make this decision, really, because you're the one that's actually being more vocal about your issues. You just kind of like, if you're gonna work on the relationship, let go of everything that is not working for the two of you. So that could be from religion to favourite colour. Okay, and if you're not going to work on the relationship, then simply walk away and let the other person heal. Okay, and let them become reborn too. Okay then, Taurus.